What's up, guys? Pretty cold out today, but you got a decent view here. Probably like really bright, but it's a pretty decent view that I just wanted to have like as a background that you guys could see. You know, frozen lake. So today I got a couple things that I want to discuss. One of them being who has the best spicy chicken nuggets out of all the fast food chains. So today I'm going to start off with, does Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King have the best spicy chicken nuggets? And I'm going to be honest, I just recently started liking spicy food. They're not that spicy, they're not too spicy, like Indian food or something like that. But my whole life I was raised to be a very picky eater because my mom doesn't like to eat too much stuff. If she could choose to eat anything, just one thing for the rest of her life, it would entirely be just spaghetti, just pasta. And it's just like plain pasta with like plain sauce. She doesn't like the seasoning and stuff. She's just, picky eater. It's her choice. It's what she likes. But I discovered, that I enjoy having some spicy food. So somebody who grew up and their favorite thing was eating chicken nuggets from McDonald's, I found out that the spicy McNuggets are actually really, really good. However, I've had Burger King spicy McNuggets before we were able to actually have like the McNuggets from McDonald's be spicy. And the Burger King ones to me were the best at the time because they were the only ones that I had. It tasted like real chicken. It just tasted good, and they had like a nice like spice to them. It wasn't too spicy, but they were spicy enough. And then McDonald's came out with theirs, and I thought those were great. I actually think that McDonald's spicy nuggets might be the best, just simply because of the texture. That crunchy breading that they use is just too good to ignore. Now, yesterday I actually ended up getting spicy nuggets from Wendy's, and I think they are overall the best because it tastes like real chicken. It probably isn't. It tastes like real chicken though. And they have a nice spice to them. They were actually spicier than the other two, and I actually quite enjoyed that. But their barbecue sauce is kind of weird, and it runs out way too fast, in my opinion. Now, I don't know why I decided to talk to you guys about this, but I want to hear like your opinions on which one you think is better out of the three down in the comments. I'm wearing these gloves at the moment. They're not really keeping my hands warm, but it's not too cold outside. The only problem is when that wind starts going, that's when it starts to get like really, really, really cold. The wind isn't on my side today, but we got this nice, great view here. And the other thing that I quickly wanted to brush up on and talk about is there's a lot of people that I know that for some reason just hate the fact that people are trying to get the minimum wage to be raised, right? And I don't understand why entirely, but I honestly think it might be because they've had to struggle, so they want everybody else to struggle, because if they can do it, everybody can do it. Which, sure, of course, I agree with. I actually agree with that point. The problem that I'm seeing, though, is I think that they don't want the minimum wage to be raised because then they think that the government or whatever is just giving you handouts, and they think that people have a misunderstanding that if your minimum wage is raised, you can start buying luxury items like a big house and, support a family of 4 off of minimum wage and have like 30 cars and get all these luxury items and stuff. But that's not the case. I think the minimum wage is supposed to be higher than the livable wage just to be able to get yourself like a 1-bedroom studio apartment, be able to eat food, and be able to rent like a place, and be able to have transportation to just get to work. And I don't think that's too much to ask for, and I don't think that's the government, quote unquote, giving it to you at all. Now, I think that these people think that we're asking for handouts and expect to just get all this stuff for free and don't have to work for it, although you'd still have to work for it, of course, otherwise you wouldn't get paid. But I think their biggest problem is that if everybody starts getting like $15 an hour minimum wage, for example, that their pay doesn't get increased, and they're mad about that because why would you raise the minimum wage and not raise everybody else's pay? Well, honestly, that's not the government's fault. That's your employer's fault. And if you feel like you're not getting paid enough, you should be asking for more money, especially for the job that you're doing, if it's hard or anything like that. If you feel like what you're doing deserves more money, then you should be talking to your employer to get more money. The problem isn't the government, and the problem isn't the minimum wage, because the minimum wage was set to $7.25 in 1938 when the livable wage was $4.25. The minimum wage is supposed to raise and stay above the living wage as inflation comes. And that's another argument people seem to use, is if you raise the minimum wage, then inflation is going to happen. Milk is going to be more expensive, rent's going to be more expensive, this, that, yada, 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 everything's going to be more expensive. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to comprehend that regardless of raising the minimum wage, there's still inflation happening, and everything is getting more expensive, and we're making less money, thus becoming a lot harder to survive in this world and to live. So I just don't understand like the thought process on why people think it's a bad idea to help out other Americans try to live their life better. Like, a lot of people don't agree with like free college or, you know, free or cheaper healthcare. I just don't understand what possesses somebody to be like, well, you know, I struggled, so you have to struggle too. Why can't it just become easier for everybody else? Why can't we just like love each other and try to help each other succeed? Because the government is supposed to work for us. We're not supposed to work for the government. But we're working for the government so that this 1% can live life and get stuff for free and do all these things that nobody else can do. Like, if a punishment for speeding, for example, is just simply a fine, that law doesn't exist for people who are rich. Because if you have millions of dollars in the bank and you get fined $1,000 for speeding, that's not even like spending a penny in your bank account. Like, you're never even going to notice that $1,000 is gone. So that law just simply doesn't exist because you could just pay your way out. Whereas somebody who maybe only makes like $1,000 a month, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why people are so in this mindset of like the rich worked hard, they deserve where they be, or they are at where they deserve where to like to be at, which I agree is true. They work hard, they made it, they got there, and it's amazing. They worked for what they got. However, they're the biggest problem because they're not even really paying taxes on everything that we're paying taxes on. So when we get our taxes raised, it's because they're paying less and we have to pay more to make up for that 1%, whereas they have the most money. If they paid more, we would have to pay less. And I'm not even saying they have to pay a crazy amount. They just have to pay more than what they're paying. And they have the money to do it, so I don't get why that's such a bad idea. I don't know. I don't want to be too political or anything, but it was just something that was stuck into my head because I got into a conversation about it on Facebook again today with my cousin and a couple other people, and it just seems like everybody has this mentality of like, if you don't work hard, if you don't go through a struggle, then you don't deserve what you get. But I don't believe that, because I believe even if the minimum wage or anything goes up like that, that you could still work hard and still achieve great success and be able to maybe survive and not live with your parents until you're 50, like the road that we're going. Anyway, just let me know what you guys think down in the comments between your chicken nuggets, which one is your favorite spicy ones, and how you feel about the minimum wage. We could get a little discussion going on. Hopefully it'll be friendly and not anything hard or anything, or not anything like hostile or anything of the sort. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. I will be trying to upload consistently every single Friday. I'm only on 1 day a week right now. I know last week I posted 2 vlogs, but that's because I was making up for not posting in like an entire month because of, you know, work issues and stuff like that. But every Friday I should be posting a new video. So please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because it really helps me out. And if you hit that notification bell, then all your devices, like your phone and your emails and stuff, they will scream at you to let you know that I posted a new video, and I would greatly appreciate it. So I'll see you guys next time.